Good afternoon. Welcome to today's Success Today broadcast. We want to use this broadcast to be a reminder for each and every one of you to examine yourself, examine your goals, revisit the plans that you have laid out, and check them according to our short term, intermediate, and long term projections. Prayerfully, whenever you began this journey with us, with the Success Life Institute, that you have already outlined these steps: your dream, your goal, your vision, and then short term, intermediate, and long term goals. I think we describe short term goals as being within the next 30 days, intermediate within the next 3 months, and long term 6 months and beyond. So if you haven't done that already, now will be a great time to go ahead and do that. Write down what it is you want to accomplish for success, as we defined with you earlier, is not the amount of money per se, or the type of possession or job title or educational attainment. Success is accomplishing your goals. That's why I always encourage you not to compare yourself to other people who may consider themselves to be successful, or to measure your success according to what the common view of success is. I think a lot of people get sidetracked by trying to measure their success based on other people's definition or the way they define success. We have simplified this process for each and every one of you, and we want you to get back to establishing what success looks like for you. So, whatever goal, dream, vision that you have for yourself, we're going to measure your success based on whether you accomplish those goals, dreams, visions, and or ideas. So just to remind everyone to stay on track, to make sure that you're following the plan that God has given you, not the plan that other people have for you. It's so important to do that, because you'll get sidetracked trying to be something that you're not, and doing things that you're not called or skilled or gifted or led to do. I find it quite simple if we can push away all those outside voices and noises and simply focus in on what it is that you feel led to do specifically. So go ahead and do that if you haven't. If you've already done that, how have you been doing? How have you done so far on your short-term goals? I see some of you are listing out that you had a few setbacks, and that's one of the things we talked about in the book, that you have to revisit goals and reevaluate based on particular situation circumstances. All of us know, or will come to know, that plans do not always work out the way that we want them to. So you have to be flexible and don't hold yourself um, hostage to your original timetables based on particular circumstances as they happen in your life. Others say, yeah, we've done great on the short-term goals. We're moving toward the intermediate goals. That's great. I love to hear that, and I want everyone to stay encouraged. Don't get discouraged by setbacks and the timetable having to be adjusted, because there are so many variables that happen in life that may push our timetable back further. And in some instances, situations may happen where those dreams, goals, visions, plans happen sooner than anticipated. So your goals are simply a measuring stick, something to aim for. It's not something that's set in concrete. So I'm encouraged to see that each and every one of you are being flexible and not being discouraged when your plans don't happen on time or within the time frame that you have originally designed for it. And I'm excited for each and every one of you whose dreams, plans, ideas, and goals have been accomplished sooner than anticipated. I congratulate you on your success. Even those who are still waiting, even if you had to move your timetable back, I congratulate you on your success because you're still on track to accomplish your goals. So you ought to give yourself a pat on the back and take a fresh breath, re-aim, reload, refire. Shoot for the next mark and as you continue on this process. So again, I see someone has a question. Yes, indeed. It is possible to work on two different goals at a time, but I tend to discourage that because almost like a house divided can't stand, almost as a mind divided can't stand. Now, if you're going to venture into that area, you need to dedicate equal amounts of time to each of your goals. So if you have a so maybe you should set one goal for short term and another one for intermediate. Maybe that may be one way that you can address that. If you're going to do them simultaneously, then dedicate 1 week to one goal and the next week to the next goal and alternate back and forward that way. Now, if you're going to do it within a week, you can say, well, on one day on Monday, I'm going to focus on working toward this goal on Mondays. And on Wednesdays, I'm going to focus on directing my mind toward that second goal. This is if you're juggling goals simultaneously, multiple goals simultaneously. But it's much easier if you were to focus on just one thing and perhaps make that a short term goal, then make that second goal your intermediate goal. That may be one way that you can address that. And do refer back to the booklet as we look at the 10 steps to turn your dreams into reality. We want you to, as we mentioned in our initial broadcast, that it's helpful to revisit those different steps as you go along. Many people over this last year since we've published this book and had our first broadcast with you, the global pandemic has come into play. Some people may have lost jobs or income. And so, if you had a financial goal, that may have upset that. On the other hand, some people may have had an increase in income. Their job or particular field may have not had a setback in relation to the pandemic. I know with my business, we actually picked up work because some of our clients are medical clients and they increased their working hours and expanded their operations. So therefore, we expanded our operations to accommodate their needs. And so the picture may look different for each and every person, but we certainly pray that wherever your condition is, whether you were affected, your income was affected during the pandemic, and those who are not, we want you to stay encouraged to again to keep your mind fresh on the goals that you have set for yourself and continue to work toward them, maybe with some adjustments along the way. Education, finance, health. If you want to lose 10 pounds, if you lost 3, then great. I congratulate you on your success because you're moving towards your goal. So continue to work toward that. Eating more healthy, if that's your goal, and you've been able to cut out a lot of sugar and salt and fat and whatever your goal was, to be able to gradually reach your goal, taking steps to get there, then congratulations. You have not given up. You'll continue to press forward and you continue to press onward. So do so. Continue to do so. And I'm here to encourage each and every one of you. And yes, indeed, it had been quite a while since I've done a broadcast, and that's by design, really, to allow you times to experience what it is to work towards success. Some of the successes, some of the failures, some of the setbacks, some of the advances, and the ebb and flow as you continue toward your goal and or goals that you want to accomplish in your life. That is your short term, your intermediate, and your long term goals. Yes, life definitely always throws curves at us, and we just have to adjust our swinging motion. If it's a curveball, you wait a little longer instead of swinging as if you would at a fastball. If you use a baseball analogy, I don't know why I would use a baseball analogy because that was one sport, particularly the hitting side of it, that I was not very good at. But I have understood a few things about those who are good hitters, and you swing according to the pitch that is thrown your way. And sometimes in life we have to adjust our swing to the pitches that are thrown our way. Indeed. So again, there's no need to panic or be discouraged. The only way to fail is to quit. That's the only way you can fail at reaching your goal is to quit or not try or give up. That's the only way that you are guaranteed not to accomplish your goal. Otherwise, you have a chance as long as you keep striving. The timetable may be adjusted, but it's okay. You still are moving in the right direction. So definitely don't allow the timetable to be the major thing in life. Yes, we want to set uh, reasonable goals for ourselves, because if we set goals that are unreasonable within the next 30 days and we don't reach that one, then we set another one, then that's when discouragement starts to set in. And then we begin to just try to wing it and just hope things come together. So having a plan is halfway toward victory and success. Not having a plan, you're guaranteed not to accomplish anything. So the fact that each and every one of you are setting goals and continue to work toward those goals mean that you can, and I believe that you will accomplish those goals. And in fact, you're already a success because you have not quit, you have not given up. You're continuing to adjust your timetable, learn new things, may have new views about certain things that you have previously thought about this journey before you began. You may be seeing some things differently. You may have some better knowledge and experience and understanding of how now to reload, re-aim, and refire as you go forward. So again, stay on the path, stay inspired, even when you hear other people's stories of accomplishing their goals, then be inspired by those people's testimonies. Be inspired knowing that they are no different than you, maybe a different field, maybe a different type of um, accomplishment that's different from yours. But the ideal is if that was their goal, their dream, their vision, then they have been successful at that. Just like each and every one of you can be successful at whatever your goal is. I always want to reiterate that your success is based on your goals that you want to achieve or you're striving to achieve for yourself, not measuring it based on somebody else's definition of success. Always be reminded of that as you go forward. And I find that if you do that, discouragement won't set in quite easily because you're keeping your eyes on your finish line, not on other people's finish line. So again, I'm grateful that we've had this opportunity to come in and share with each and every one of you. Each and every one of you need to be encouraged today. You should feel proud of yourself, and you should be proud of yourself because you are striving to do something, to be something, to accomplish something, and you're sticking to the plan. And there's no reason other than the ones I mentioned earlier, quit or give up, that you cannot accomplish your goals. I believe that. I want to believe that you believe that, and that you're taking the steps to turn your dreams into reality. I want to conclude our brief time with you today on one of our topics that we talked about in our conference. We want to succeed in life. We want to succeed in business. We want to succeed in relationships. We need to understand that we're working toward the steps that we're taking is fulfilling a purpose for us. Our purpose leads us, is what motivates us toward accomplishing our goals. We need to be creative and we need to be innovative. If you have a financial or business goal, we want to be profitable. Always keep in mind what the purpose of why, not only what you're doing, but the why. Why you are doing what you're doing. That is the goal. So every step that you take has a purpose toward accomplishing your goal. And one final thought I want to leave with you today is, again, success doesn't happen by accident. It happens on purpose. So be motivated. Thanks. Continue to press toward the mark. And my prayer is that God will empower, lead, and guide you in every area as you make decisions, as you take actions, as you go through the steps, that you will be empowered with divine strength and wisdom to turn those dreams into a reality. God bless and prosper each and every one of you. I look forward to our next opportunity to speak again. May God prosper your path today.